In this video, we're going to go over how to select objects inside of Modo. As I mentioned earlier, the building blocks of all of our three-dimensional scenes are vertices, edges, polygons, and items. In order to select each one of these components, we must toggle the selection state. So in order to select vertices, we need to be in the vertices selection state over here. And now we can select some vertices. If we want to get some edges, just make sure we're in the edges mode, and so on and so forth. Let's get in a little bit closer and examine how we can select our objects inside of Modo. I'm going to go to my polygon selection state to make it a little bit easier to see. When we hover over any component inside of Modo, notice how the polygons turn blue. That's telling us that our mouse cursor is currently over this polygon, and if we were to left click, this would be the polygon we would select. To select any component inside of Modo, you click with your left mouse button, like that. We know we've selected that component because that component now turns orange. If we want to continue to add other components to our selection, we hold down the Shift key. Like let's say I want to add these guys over here. So by holding the Shift key down, we can add components to our current selection. To subtract components from our selection, we hold down the Control key, and that will allow us to get rid of all these components here. Modo integrates a cool paint selection mode where if we left click and hold, we can kind of draw out a selection, kind of like a paintbrush, and just kind of paint away like that. That's kind of fun. Okay, so that's the left click. Let me zoom out. Now we're going to explore the right click. Now we can also select components with the right click button. Clicking and holding the right mouse button will allow us to draw out a box. And when we do that, the contents of that box are going to get selected. But notice how it only selects the polygons in the front. It doesn't get the ones in the back. In order to get those, we have to hold down the middle mouse button. And that will select through our object and grab everyone. So that's how we select objects inside of Modo. To deselect an object inside of Modo, just click anywhere in the empty space like that, and our objects will be deselected. So left click to select, right click to draw out a selection box, middle mouse button to draw out a selection box and select through all the way to the back, and then click in the empty space to drop your selection. That's how you select objects in Modo.